Let's take a look at example 2. We have an airplane with a box attached to the bottom that's flying at a speed of 115 meters per second. It's at a height of 150 meters, at which point it lets go of the box, and the box will fall and land on top of me. How much time did it take for the box to hit the ground? So, let's take a look at our equations and break this up into its dimensions. So, first, in the x direction, that means we need directions. I'm going to make this way positive. I'm going to make this way positive. So, in the x direction, I'm going to start at position 0. I get to call it that. So, here is x position initial. This is where I'm going to end up. X final, I don't know where it is. My initial velocity in the x direction is the initial velocity of the plane, because it is, according to the example, it is moving horizontally. So, it's 115 meters per second. My final velocity in the x direction is the same. My acceleration in the x direction. Am I speeding up when I'm moving in this direction? Well, because we are in free fall, there is no other forces on the box, so the acceleration is 0 meters per second per second. I will start the clock at 0 seconds, and t final is what I'm trying to find out. Now, let's go in the y direction. My y initial, where do I start? Well, I'm going to make this my y initial. So ground is at 0, or this is where I'm starting from. So I'm up here. My initial height is at 150 meters, and it is at a plus 150 meters. Y final, I'm going to end up on the ground, over here on the ground, so it's going to be at 0 meters. My initial velocity in the y direction. Because I am moving horizontally, there is no initial velocity in the y direction. Meters per second. V final in the y direction, I don't know. My acceleration in the y direction. I am in free fall, so I'm accelerating at g. However, I'm accelerating downward, which is in the opposite direction of my positive, so it's in the negative direction. This is negative 10 meters per second. And again, I start at t equals 0, and t final is what I'm trying to find out. Now, one of these is going to give me t final. I'm going to look over here at my equations, and I think I like the middle one. So let's plug that in the y direction. So 1/2 acceleration in the y direction, t squared plus v initial in the y direction, t plus y initial equals y final. 1/2 negative 10 t squared. My initial is 0 times t. My y initial is 1050. My y final is 0, so I'm going to end up with negative 5t squared plus 1050 equals 0. Negative 5t squared equals negative 1050. T squared equals negative 50 divided by negative 5, which is plus 210. So time is 14.6 seconds. Takes 14.6 seconds to fall.